She's been waiting all evening for this performance. All the mates, they're pissed off their tits by now. They're in interval, they're high on life. Somebody's been snorting Drano. They're having a rare old time. Not this woman, she's had to keep a pound of grind. So she's ready now. This is her moment. Are we ready for it? Then please welcome on the stage the last act of the evening, the one and only Sonja Does Stand Up.
Well, hello, Brick Lane. I did not think that I would be spending this time of my life saying that. It's not something I've really aspired to. Do you know, I'm at the end of the gig. One of my colleagues said to me, well, that's brilliant, you're the headliner. I said, no, I'm not, I'm the fall guy. I'm the one who sat here for 90 minutes, getting really twitchy and without a drink. So I hope you've got one lined up for me over there later on. Yay! Have you seen all those fabulous people? What a great warm-up acts they've given me. Have you noticed how young a lot of them are? Especially the boys. Boys, yeah, quite cute, quite young. Really, yeah, healthy, nice young bodies. All the bits are working, I think. Well, looks like it. I still feel quite young, you know. My body still works, more or less. On the more front, well, there's definitely more around the waistline. Well, I don't know how that happened, you know. There I was. I eat less. I certainly drink less. I exercise quite a lot. But it all snuck up. I blame it on the pills. You get up in the morning. You take something to wake you up. You go to bed at night, you take something to send you to sleep. You take statins, you take thyroid pills, and then you have to take bloody happy pills because you're so depressed about taking the rest of them. Mind you, back in the day, I used to have to pay a dealer a lot of money for that. God bless the NHS. I said more or less. On the less front, things just go. You know, you lose your sense of taste, you lose your sense of smell, you lose your memory, you lose your sense of taste, you lose your sense of about the NHS. The other thing they never tell you is just how much time you have to factor in. There you are. You have to go to the dentist, the doctors, the hospital. Mind you, it's not all bad news. I met my latest lover at a walk-in clinic, or in my case, I should say a hobble-in. I was there for the dodgy knees, he was there for the hip replacement. Gave falling in love a whole new meaning. The sex is quite good. So having spent years swinging from a chandelier, getting used to hanging on a Zimmer frame takes on a whole new meaning. Yeah, it's all a bit of a change. Mind you, getting older isn't too bad, really. I mean, when I was young, I really used to enjoy sex. I got to meet so many nice, new, interesting people that way. Mind you, it was easy. In the 60s, I had the body of a go-go dancer. In the 70s, I had the body of a young, go-for-the-burn Jane Fonda. Well, and in the 80s, darling, I just had everybody. Well, in the 90s, I had the body of a rather nice young man called Eric. Today, I've got the body of a vintage chaise longue. Fairly well upholstered, but when you lie on it, you get to feel the saggy bits. Like the upholstery, darling, don't you? Well, the other thing about getting older, not all bad. You get to fancy the 30-year-olds and you get to fancy the 70-year-olds. Sadly, you only get to go home with the 70-year-olds. I did think about being a cougar, but turned into more of a rabid hyena. Mind you, do I really want to go home with a 30-year-old that wants to come home with me? I think there are websites for things like that. The other thing that goes when you get older is your sight. I'll tell you, it's not so bad though. There are advantages. You see, this aging thing isn't always all bad. There are some advantages. I get up in the morning, I look in the mirror, God, I'm fabulous. And then I put in my contact lenses. On the other hand, when you do manage to get that 70-year-old into your orthopaedic bed, the 30-year-old having legged it down the road, what you do, you whip off your glasses and you follow the wrinkles south. It's your very own braille pathway to pension and pleasure. Well, I did have a few problems. I referred to my knees a little earlier. Well, they're still sort of working, but it isn't just old age. I did have a few problems. I had a really bad skiing accident, both legs in plaster. Bit dodgy, but it was okay. But I tell you, after 3 months of going around in a hand-propelled wheelchair, you really learn to hate dog shit. Think about it. My big breakthrough came when I actually got an electric granny wagon. It was absolutely fantastic. There I was, zooming around, using the pedestrians as skittles, and playing bumper cars with those bloody women who always seem to stand in the middle of the pavement with all their prams gossiping. I mean, but the best bit was, I got to drink and drive, and on the pavement. Mind you, having 2 broken legs wasn't that about much of an issue, I tell you, either. Think about it. If you're ever into smuggling some gear, it's a really good way. You can slip quite a lot down between the plaster and the skin. And what they do is you get stretchered through the airport. You have no scans, no body searches. It's absolutely brilliant. On the other hand, you could just cut out the middleman and do what I did and mix the plaster of Paris with the cocaine. Anyway, thank you for listening to me. You've been very kind. I hope I haven't been talking too loudly. I don't get to talk to too many people with hearing aids without hearing aids these days. And you know, I hope I haven't depressed you too much about talking about ageing, and I do also realise I'm the only person between you and a drink. But if you are getting sad about it, just remember, there is life after 60, even if it does take batteries. Thank you.